Hi, in this video I'll be teaching you how you can use Priority Matrix to prepare for trial. When you're not in court, you're preparing for it. It's a high-stakes performance with a very tough crowd. Preparation involves a lot of filing paperwork, finding proof, examining witnesses, and compiling many notes. Hopefully you'll have the help of at least one person, ideally an entire team on the case. Priority Matrix can help you because you can create project templates with activities for each type of case. This way, when you receive a new case, you don't have to worry about whether or not you've got all the preparations down on a list. You can simply create a project from a template and get going. You can also attach relevant images and files and communicate with your team around particular preparation steps. In addition, in Priority Matrix, you can use alternate views to get precise visibility into all your workload across your team and across all your cases. Let me show you how. So as you may know, you can create as many projects as you would like in Priority Matrix. This is the basic layout for Priority Matrix. On the left side, we have high level. In the center, we've got our chosen view. On the right, we have details. And if we can actually open up a fourth panel showing you the feed so you can know what's going on across your team and across all your projects. You might also notice that I only have one project showing. That's because I filtered by a particular tag that only has one project. But if we took off this tag, you would see all other 176 projects that I own. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of different tasks in this particular project, and the quadrants have been renamed for the legal use case. So quadrant 1 is to be completed 60 days before trial, quadrant 2 is 60 to 30 days before trial, quadrant 3 is the to-do list for the last 30 days, and quadrant 4 is the contents of the trial notebook. So the idea is to help you move through the preparations and then also really compile the notes and all the resources that you're going to need. Now, if you want to save a project as a template so you don't have to write out this list every single time, which I highly discourage, all you have to do is sort of build out the flow once, then you'll right-click, you'll select Save Project as Template, and then you'll save it here. You'll notice that if there were due dates on these tasks, which there are not, it would actually save the increments of time. So as an example, if it's a general rule that once you start a project for a case, the first task is due 5 days out, you would just create the template and you would have that task due in 5 days. It's not going to remember the particular date, it's just going to remember the increment of time. So it's not going to tell you in 2 years that it's due 2 years ago. It's going to tell you in 2 years when you create a template that that first task is still due in 5 days. So it can help you sort of remember those increments of time and the general timeline. Now I've already saved this as a template, so I'm not going to save it once more, but in order to create a new project from a template, all you do is select this button, select New Project from Template, and then you actually have a list of all your different templates to choose from. Now, as we're working in a project, depending on whether you're working with one or many people, there are a couple different things that you can do. So on the right, you can invite more people to this project. So if you've got paralegals helping you, you can invite them all and then collaborate around these different preparation steps. Now, what you'll see is that I've actually marked task 1 and 2 complete, and it'll be down at the bottom. So at the top, we've got number 3, opponents, experts identified, etc. Now, as you'll notice also, this is assigned to myself, but other tasks are assigned to someone else. So you can actually click here and you can assign it to someone else. You can change this ownership back and forth, so it's kind of like a responsibility baton. Now, as we move forward, if you have questions or comments around a particular item, all you have to do is add the comment here. You'll see that I did add a comment, a question mark right here, and this is in context of only one item. So as you move through marking things complete, they'll go to the bottom, but this depends only on your view. So for example, right now I want my projects to show all my items, including the items I've marked complete, but I can also set it to only show unfinished items if you want to focus on only the tasks that need to be done. But don't worry, just because you mark an item complete doesn't mean that it's completely gone. So as we go through, like I mentioned, not only can you save templates, but you can add files, you can add notes, You can even add links to each one of your items so that really you're using this as a space where you can not only prepare, but save the results of the preparation. As you go through, you can also keep track of the timeline, so you can stay aware of how you're doing in terms of what's going on. You can add due dates like I mentioned, and once you have those due dates, you can actually look at the tasks in the context of the Gantt chart and the calendar, but of course, this is showing nothing because I don't have any specific due dates on these tasks. However, the idea here is that you're not going to have to keep reinventing the wheel every time you're trying to build out a project for a case. You don't have to worry about whether you're forgetting a step. You have the peace of mind that as long as you're following these lists in these quadrants, you will be as prepared as you possibly can. And then, of course, once again, you can get that visibility into what's going on across all of your teams and all of your cases. You can use the universal views to pull together a high-level view of all your tasks in calendar, Gantt chart, or list form. And then you can also filter down to particular people if you want to make sure that you can see what particular associates are doing to help forward the success of the case. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and have a great rest of your day.